So Tower Bridge was built between 1886 and 1894. So it took 8 years in total to build the bridge, and it was the first of its kind seen in London. As you can see, it's a bit like a drawbridge. We call it a bascule bridge, and the middle part of the roadway, it opens up to allow large ships up and down river. So Tower Bridge is actually 4 types of bridge. So not only a suspension bridge, it's a bascule bridge, a cantilever, and a box girder as well. So it's 4 bridges all in one. So the reason they built this bridge is because London Bridge had too much pressure on it. So it was the only crossing this side of the river. And all along the river bank here, it's a lot different than what we see today. It was full of warehouses. So all of the goods that were coming into this country, a lot of them were being offloaded here. So spices, food, timber, coal, everything was being offloaded into this area. So there was a lot of work. So the population was growing quite a lot, and it took people maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to cross London Bridge. So people in this area, they got a petition together and they took it to Parliament because they needed a new crossing over the river, and then they came up with this design. So London Bridge is the first bridge that we can see out of the West Walkway here. So it doesn't look as spectacular today as it used to be. So London Bridge used to be a lot wider, the Thames was a lot wider. There were many arches to the bridge, and it was also 7 stories tall. So people could live on the bridge, you could rent a house there was markets there as well. You could fish on the bridge, and for all of these things you'd pay a toll. And London Bridge is also the first river crossing that the Romans had. So it was the first point where they built a bridge over to cross into the city. It's such an iconic bridge because it was such a feat of engineering at that time. So it isn't just bricks and steel and stone, it has an engine to it. It's a functioning bridge. There's people that man this bridge 24 hours a day, and it's to do with the people working on the bridge, building the bridge and maintaining it, and I think that's why it's so iconic. So Tower Bridge, we get about 40,000 people crossing Tower Bridge every day, and that's not coming into the exhibition, that's just going about their daily life, going to work. And as an exhibition, we have about 800,000 visitors a year.
As she said, as my co-worker Zaina said, that how we will be hosting America 260, it's a conference for 2 weeks in London. So we chose this particular spot right there because it's really picturesque, and also the second thing is just because of the history and the significance. When anyone around the globe, whenever they see the London Bridge, it's like, yes, this is London.
We're from Germany, and we're just here for a short trip for a few days. We went to Big Ben today, then to London Eye, and the Tower Bridge is something we wanted to see as well.
When we go to London, we need to go to this bridge.
You can feel it a little bit when you get heavy trucks come over, or it's very, very windy. And these are the suspension chains. You can see the long poles. In the middle they've got the screws. So when they first designed the bridge, they thought if they needed to tighten anything, like if the roadway moved too much, then they could tighten it, but they've never needed to make any adjustments since it was opened. So the Victorians really over-engineered everything. Like I mentioned, everything's made to last. So yeah, they didn't have to make any adjustments. So these are the suspension chains. So here we are in the original Victorian engine room. So if you follow me through this way, So this is where it would all start. So there are three main components. So there'd be steam, hydraulics, and then mechanical. So these are the boilers, the Lancashire boilers, and they would take 20 tons of coal a week. So there'd be a designated person here called a stoker, and there'd be a fire pit, coal here, and he'd be stoking the boilers. So surrounding these two furnaces, there is water. So about here, so the coal is boiling the water, creating steam, and that steam is being used as an energy source for the next part of the process, which is the steam engine. So the coal will go into the boiler to generate steam. The steam is being pushed through pipes to the steam pumping engine, and that pump is pumping water up to raise the accumulators. Now accumulators are weights, so once these weights have risen to the top, the valves will be turned and that energy is stored, that water under pressure is stored to be ready to be used for the bridge lift. So when they want the bridge lift, they turn the valve, the accumulator will drop, pushing pressurised water through pipes all along the bridge, up the towers and open the ways into each pier and each drive engine, which would then turn the drive engine connected to the there were two steam pump engines, and these are in their original place. And like I mentioned before, Victorians over-engineered everything. So it was an Act of Parliament that the bridge, the Basques have to raise on demand. So back in 1894, they would be doing about 6,100 bridge lifts a year. So upwards of 27 a day. In its busiest year, Tower Bridge raised its vessels about 9,000 times. So today, it's just under 1,000 times, so 950 times a year. So we open them a lot less. There used to be a team of 96 maintenance crew working to keep the bridge going, and today it's 12. So there are two of these steam engines, and we can see one in motion just on the other side. They alternate every 6 months for maintenance purposes.